It starts up front. Like, you win and lose games with physicality, and they lean on all the big fellas up front, the hog mollies, the big uglies, the most unselfish players on the field.
It's old school, man. We're in an era of college football where it's up-tempo, spread, air raid. Games are still won and lost, though, in the trenches. And because this is one of the best offensive lines in all of college football, that is a huge advantage this offense takes into each and every game.
Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Tried to pound it on 1st down, now back to the line. Dropping back, it's Simpson. Under fire. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Guys, let's chat about Alabama. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top 2 teams in the conference get... off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these 2 teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
So UCLA's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. They are going to be greeted rather rudely, I guess, by a group of defensive linemen that wreak havoc and hunt down quarterbacks, Jesse.
And they wreck games. They take away everything you do offensively. So it's a huge challenge in this one, David, for this offensive coordinator to try to call plays and find ways to get the football away from these big fellas up front, because they take games over.
And get the ball out quick. Like, when you've got a defensive line that can penetrate, they can get TFLs, get sacks, it's going to be on this offensive line to buy a little bit of time, but also the ball to come out quick, win in the secondary right now.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Right back to the well. Just gets it to the 28, pickup of 1.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on 3rd down. Looking for a man. It's Iam Aliava using the quick game. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the 1st down at the 30.
Man, these plays are really, really simple. Really easy to run. I like it. Just drop back as a quarterback, see the big fella, wait for him to get open, hit him, get a nice positive game.
Fires to the tight end. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. They go to the wide receiver screen. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big...
Turning it on! Fires to the tight end. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. The Bruins are on the move. Gives it on the option. Nice move to keep running. Got the first down and more.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Caught in the backfield. It's Robinson. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
Offenses want to get the ball to their playmakers really fast. They try to throw the wide receiver screen, but how about the defender? He was right there in his space, got him on the ground as soon as he caught it. He was ready for that play.
They just needed a few inches, and the defense knocked them down in the backfield.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball.
Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Looking to throw, it's Simpson. Catch in the middle, it's Cuevas.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He's got it. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. First play of the drive comes from the 22. They'll start this drive going to the air. The throw to the outside is complete.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. Looking for room, it's Thomas. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
That's a nice-looking run. That reminds me of Jonathan Franklin, Maurice Jones-Drew, Zach Charbonnet. In recent years, they've had a lot of ability at the running back position. How about this name, though? Little-known fact. The great Jackie Robinson also played running back for UCLA. You know he's smiling down from heaven watching that last game.
And the Bruins with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Fires to the big fella. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. The Bruins come to the line with a new set of downs. These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly what they're getting, where to sit down, quarterback, tight end, on the same page, gets the first down.
And the Bruins, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. To throw, it's Iamaleava. Got a man, it's Thomas.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
To the air on second down. Finds his big tight end. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. They wanted to get the ball to the tight end, and they've already done it 5 times, and we're not even to the half.
I'm about to say mission accomplished. That's what they want to do. Take advantage of the matchup, right? Zone or man, I like my big fella. I like using the tight end all I can. Great job working him into the offense. He's a playmaker. Find him.
They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. And that is no good. The guys, after the miss, no change in the score. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Handoff to the single running back. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep him honest, take him chunk by chunk.
Rushes on him. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. Get a pass rush like that, and the Bruin faithful will give you an 8-clap in a heartbeat.
They'll get jacked up. They'll get excited. I mean, you think about a defense, you got to get those guys up front. You want to dominate college football, you want to be in the mix, find those big defensive linemen that can make plays.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Complete to the right. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move. Love what they did there, putting the big fella in the slot, letting him use his ability to get downfield and create some space and find the soft spot in the zone.
No doubt. You got the big fella in the slot, so you get your matchup. You know it's zone coverage. You know you can put it up out there and let him go make a play. That is a recipe for success, finding that matchup and exploiting it.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. To the air, it's Simpson. Got it in the middle, it's Young. He snagged him, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. Going up top again. Quickly complete. He gets it up to midfield, forced out of bounds at the 50.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Grabbed in the middle, it's Cuevas. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. The modest gain on the completion really shows why you want to run the zone, make them execute, and rally to the ball.
100%. Zone eyes on the quarterback. I see him throw the football, break on it, go make tackles, live to fight another down.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give him a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. Brought down at the 31. It is a first down. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Making side adjustments here. To the air, it's Simpson. Got his man on the right. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. They'll immediately call timeout. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Right on the money. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost...
Touchdown, Alabama! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Finally, somebody's able to get on the board. This game was sending offensive football back to the 1930s. Great job of executing. I know this is a defensive stalemate. I don't know how many points we're going to see in the second half. Guys, that touchdown, that might be all they need based on what we've seen here in the first half.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They're looking for something, looking for anything to try to put some kind of score on the board, down 7-0. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Here comes the heat. It's complete to the right. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. These corners going to give these receivers some space. Working that left side. They get him on the ground late in the half. They have the 1st down at the 41. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock.
UCLA.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to pass. It's Iamaleava trying to make magic with his feet. It's loose. And this fumble bounces out of bounds.
Well, they got a really nice drive going on offense. They're on their opponent's side of the field, but you're not going to come away with any points if you turn it over. They've got to do a better job of ball security. Very, very lucky that ball went out of bounds.
Under fire.
I think sometimes offensively, you got to have a bit more awareness where you are in the field. You got to feel yourself getting close to the boundary. You got to settle down. That guy looked like he was a little bit out of control, and as a result, that throw took him out of bounds for no gain.
And he barely got enough of that one to somehow tuck it into the left corner just over the crossbar. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. He'll start the return inside his 5. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A spirited environment there in Tuscaloosa.
Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. He'll bring it out. It's Flores. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in crease now. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Hand off from the shotgun. Finds his way ahead for 5, and now they've got it at the 28.
And after a successful run like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on second, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on third.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you can tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game, they pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that one.
Finds the tight end. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. The Bruins are flying down the field. Back to throw. It's Iamaleava. A strike downfield. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. And the Bruins come to the line with a fresh set of downs. On the run. It's Thomas.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Back to pass on second down. Flips it out on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
Yeah, and you're going to see this offense find different ways to get this running back involved. It's not just going to be on handoffs. They're certainly going to line him up in different places and even throw him the football. But the screen game's a big part of it, too. They're trying to get him going there.
Fakes to grab. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. In search of their first touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Dumps it to the back. That's caught. It's Thomas. Touchdown, UCLA! They take the lead with the 6. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skill players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Back to throw, it's Simpson. Caught behind the line, it's Young. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though. How quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
Might be changing the route. Back to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Williams. Pulled down for the tackle.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
On 3rd and short, the power run here. Wide open spaces. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Pulls it in. It's Horton.
I think this defense really needs to start thinking about really fencing this quarterback in. You cannot let him go east or west because he will extend the play with his legs and his speed and then hurt you throwing the football.
Good timing on the quick out. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good game there. That's the end of the quarter, and UCLA has the lead. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. Final stanza of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Wants to go up top on first down. And he'll make the grab along the sideline, but not able to get to the first down marker.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Snagged in the middle. It's Lewis. Stop is made at the 22. A 10-yard pickup and a first down just outside the red zone. Just moments ago, Alabama was feeling the shadow of its own goalpost, and now the Tide generating momentum. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Pickup of 5. It'll be third down and 5.
See, they need more runs like that. It's been so few and far between. Defensively, they've been in position. They've been winning their one-on-one battles, getting off of blocks and rallying to the ball carrier. This defense has done a nice job slowing down the run game thus far.
Looking for a man. It's Simpson. He caught it. Touchdown, Bama! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth.
I think one of the most underrated things we talk about with the QB is timing. Being able to get the ball out of his hands to his receiver where he can continue to catch the football and run with it. Nice pitch, nice catch, nice play in the fourth quarter when you needed it for this team to take the lead.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Quickly out to the tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting to first? Gonna swing it on second down. Picked off. What a way to set him up. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34.
And that just kind of caps off this day. It's been a day with not a lot of rhythm, not a lot of timing, not a lot of guys on the same page, and they weren't right there, and the quarterback throws an INT, and this one is not looking good.
Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking to fire. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through him. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup.
And at some point for the defense, I'm just thinking, hey, man, like, it's got to be somebody else. I mean, the big tight end has made play after play after play today. And we know if it gets close in the fourth quarter, they're going to look his way, so the defense really needs to have a plan.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing...
There he goes. Got enough space. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown time. Boy, do they need that score. Gave them a little cushion as they try to put a stop to this two-game slide. That's his 3rd touchdown pass of the day. The defense has no clue how to respond right now.
No, and the defense has had absolutely no answer. He's been on the money. He's been on fire, making the right decisions and just carving this defense up.
The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense has it. They're on move. He almost popped out of there for a huge return, but they will take it. They are in business after the fumble recovery. And this, my friend, is what you call advantageous field position. Starting the drive with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Quick strike through the air for the score. They've built a little cushion and now closer to getting a victory here in Week 4.
That's a nice job by this offense. Nice job putting the drive together late. This might seal this football game. And nice response. It's nice to be home, isn't it? Come back to the home crowd after you've lost a couple games. Get some mojo going back in your way.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Back to pass, it's Iamaleava. Finds his tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. The Bruins will hustle to the line.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody in bounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
On over the middle, it's Thomas. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. That last completion sets him up on second down. Stands in and takes the hit. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations, and that's why it appeared...
Ball is loose. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
2 straight drives ending in fumbles now for this offense. Guys just have to start hanging on to the football. There's nothing schematic that has to change. They've just got to get back to fundamental.
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
It's got to be tough right now on defense. You need to find a way to get a stop, and you haven't been able to do that in the fourth quarter. You've been giving up points. You just gave up a touchdown in the last drive. You need a turnover. You need to do something.
He's loose. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
You got to be impressed by how you've seen this offense finish in this football game. They've been scoring points in the fourth quarter, just got a touchdown on their last drive, and there they rip off a big run. They are not letting off the gas pedal right now, and as a coach, you love to see that.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Dropping back, it's Simpson. Quick completion on the out route. A huge pickup on the play before he goes out of bounds, but the question is, will it stand? There is a penalty marker on the field. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. They'll line up for a second down play. That's caught. It's Williams. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
Man, it's nice having a QB that is going to hang in there. You can tell, hanging in there. He knows he's going to get hit, right? If I'm going to get hit, I might as well make a completion. Great.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Got room on the return. He's at the 40. About the only good thing that happened for the offense on that play, at least it wasn't a pick six. What a return.
Yeah, that didn't look good for the offense. You know all those big fellas, those O-linemen, they're not going to be able to go make the play. So as the DB getting the intercept.
Going for it all. And the pass is incomplete, looking for a little salve for the wound, but the ball game is over. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters.